my mom to put herself first. And the reason why I say I prefer you to put yourself first is because if you would have put yourself first prior to having me, I feel like the life would have looked different for us, where the healing would have started a little bit earlier, and the stability would have started a little earlier. So our cards would have been dealt different to where we can now adapt to that lifestyle, and we got a head start on healing. But it's like I'm still thankful for growth and healing together, because it's like we're healing together and we're growing together in this world. But this is what it looks like when you put your children first and not yourself first. You end up healing and growing together. There's nothing wrong with that. But me personally, I prefer a healed version of my parent than a healing version of my parent. Because even with growing up without a father, I even would have wished that he'd gotten the healing and put himself first.
The children gotta suffer when you're not healed.
Yeah.
When you don't work on yourself first, usually the children suffers,
And
because
it's
you don't
unconscious.
always realize that.
Yeah.
You don't always realize.
And no one's perfect, and everybody's flawed. So no one really knows the unconscious damage. We all know the conscious damage, which we try to prevent, but we don't know the unconscious damage because it's unconscious. So like that's why I'm so happy when I start finally seeing like my mom start putting herself first and pursuing her dreams and going after her real estate career. I even help invest in it, because I'm like, this is what I've been wanting. I want to see my mom happy, because that's what's gonna make me happy. Children love seeing their parents happy. It don't matter if you with our other spouse, with our other parent, or if you single or whatever. All we want to see is our parents happy and healthy and stable. But it's like when you struggle in the trenches with them, that comes with a lot of other issues too. Because living in a house as two adults and having financial issues, regardless of what type of relationship dynamic that is, it's hard and it's a struggle, and it's gonna come with challenges versus it being a more peaceful environment instead of an environment of having to survive constantly all the time, and you getting tired and burnt out, and then you looking and wishing you had help, and then the one person you felt you can get help from, which is your parent, you feel like, dang, I can't get help from them because I gotta help them because they didn't put themselves first. It's a lot of pressure on the kids, especially the oldest child. They get it the worst, and that's why I'm healing myself earlier on for my son and for my children, my family, for myself, because my son, being that he's the oldest, he's been through the most struggle with me. We're healing together. We're growing up together. So all the struggles, all the journey we've been through together.
And that's because you started younger.
And because I started younger too. Yeah. At 16, you're literally a baby having a baby. So my guilt that I'm healing from is...
It's okay. Get it out. This is your story. This is your story. And she's still going through it, and she's going to speak about her story.
Yes, it's cute. I hate to get emotional on camera.
Well, this Diyah's diary is her story.
But I'm working on myself, because having a baby young, you make a lot of mistakes. And then but I'll be fine.
I'll be here with her.
Yeah, you make a lot of mistakes, and then before you know it, time passes, and your baby not a baby anymore. And then you realize all this time that passed, you've been surviving, you've been struggling. And then you realize your child as a teenager had no joy and no peace. But the good thing is that they had love. And that's really the highest frequency. But sometimes in this world that we live in, we all say that love is the highest frequency and things like that, but love sometimes is just not enough. Especially when you're not giving yourself that love. That's why self-love is the best love, because that's what's gonna fulfill you more than anything. But when you're a child, you don't know what self-love looks like. You need a demonstration. You need a role model. You need an example. Because you can tell a child to love themselves, but they don't know what that means. So if you, as a parent, not loving on yourself and they just watching you, imagine how they gonna feel or what they taking in and what they subconscious is going through. So it's like the oldest child gets all these disappointments in life and all these traumas, and while you're trying to heal yourself, all these traumas is piling up, and you have to get ready to be able to assist and help your child that you couldn't be there for or present for because you were going through your journey.
That's why it's so important for you to put yourself first and heal. And this is why it's very, very important, because if you don't put you first, then it's gonna trickle down to the kids, and then they won't put their self first, and then it'll trickle down. It go down to their generation,
and it puts strains on relationships.
It's a lot. It's like a roadblock.
It's a
domino effect. So
it's a generational curse, literally.
So that's why you have to put yourself first to stop this curse.
Exactly. You have to put yourself first. Loving your children means loving yourself first. And it doesn't mean to say you're going to say, forget them kids and just worry about yourself. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is do the work. Do everything. Do everything you need to do to get yourself together financially.
Because then you'll be able to help somebody.
Exactly.
If you ever heard the saying goes, how can you help somebody if you can't even help yourself? You won't be able to help nobody if you can't help yourself.
Exactly, and that's godly. That's law right there, because God only help those who help themselves anyway. So you should abide by the same law. So respect for the law.
Respect for the law.
But sorry I had to get all emotional on you guys, but this was just your skin, your story with my mom, of course. And
as you can see, she's the more emotional one.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm the Pisces, she's the Virgo. So I'm the emotions, she's the grounded, and it works hand in hand. We partners in crime, and mother and daughter duo. We've been doing this thing forever with just, being on our journey, being resilient and surviving. But now we're in our time where we're ready to thrive. We've been ready to thrive, but now it's our season to actually, reap the reward of all the seeds that were planted. All we can do is continue on putting our faith in the Lord and moving forward in trust and love, and continuing to empower ourselves, heal, while inspiring you all on our journeys.
And just know that life is not perfect, but it's perfect for you. It's your story, your life.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us. Before we go, I do want to make sure that we plug in Glow with Purpose products. My mom been a day one A1 from the beginning of time, so of course she's a loyal customer, and of course she's going to get the glow. And we've been glowing since 2019 with Glow with Purpose, so make sure to shop glowwithpurpose.com. But before you do, tell them about the products, your favorite product, what your experience is like, and how you feel when you use them.
Well, my favorite product is that facial wash. The facial wash.
Daily facial wash.
Me and the facial wash is hand in hand. Like I got to have it every morning. I love how silky and smooth it is, and definitely how it makes my face feel. As you can see, never had an issue with it. Never had any type of bumps, anything. Was always number one.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mom, for being so supportive, being a great mom. Thank you for sacrificing everything for us. And I appreciate you and I love you, although, we have our moments where we're not perfect. And but we consistently going to continue to work on ourselves, love each other. And thank you all for everything, for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to Diyah's Diary and
Tabitha Flagg 410.
You know where to find us. Deuces.